Open League, Winter 2014 season. Constructive criticism, with a grain of salt and a teaspoon of sugar, featuring the AMX 1390 with special guest appearance by Serenity 17. Now, it is purely a coincidence that this compilation of replays is featuring me driving the 1390, the AMX 1390. But for all of you bashers that bash on the 1390, this is further proof that it is one of the, if not the, staple tank for 742s, for competitive 742 format league and tournament play. So let's take a look what they have on their team. It's two 1390s, a WZ-132, and the object in the mines map is to take that central area, that hill. But the problem is their WZ is not an autoloader, and if we send our 1390s there, it's gonna fire at us before we can reload, before we're fully loaded. So that is the counter and the disabler to our plan, to our ability to take the mid. So in this situation, what you want to do is not take the mid. You want to do some other weird shit, take the outsides of the map, because it's about the only thing you can do. And they brought American heavy and medium tank Pershing and T-32 with trollish gun depression. As you're gonna see, the Pershing just shoots a shot right over my head and misses. But the thing is, I'm gonna have to go dark and go elsewhere, because right now it's a stalemate. WZ-132 proxied me from upstairs, so now abort. Okay, element of surprise lost, abort, go back, make like you're not going around, you know. Now they're weary of that, you know, like, what, the cat's out of the bag, what are you gonna do? So they have us buttoned down, they have map control, as you can see. Their T-32 and Pershing, we just exchanged shots, R-32, their Pershing. So it's not a easy play. We have another 1390 in the back, in the bushes sniping. You know, where we're kind of pubbing it up because we're feeling them out, and like we weren't fully prepared. I'm gonna be honest, we didn't go over exactly what we're gonna do if they bring a WZ, but at least we're smart enough to know that we cannot any longer take the hill. First of all, it's outnumbered, three light tanks to 2 light tanks. You know, we have two 1390s. Oh, one more note, we are one man short. That's how we're playing this. Unfortunately, we had only one tier 1, and he's already dead, because he went forth and got taken out by their WZ. Which makes it even harder for us, so you know, we gotta be even more careful. They can easily cap pressure us while we draw. I managed to land a shot on the Pershing, and so I'm establishing my presence here. The other 1390, as you can see on the minimap, is going around, because they don't remember where he was. He was in the bush, and he went darker than me. Sounds weird, right? Darker than me. But yeah, going off the radar. Here's the WZ, and we exchange fire. Pershing manages to hit me in the engine. I repair my engine. And here come the clowns. 1390 coming in. A bit of a rushed shot. I panic like cool, and I actually wind up rushing my other shot too, in the whole heat of the moment. So I'm running the hell away. Thankfully that 1390 isn't following him, but he himself is probably reloading or close to reloading as we speak. I abandoned the team. I am a one shot, okay? Well, with a high roll, but technically a 2-shot with two lower medium rolls for anybody on their team, okay? And I run the hell away because I'm reloading and I don't have enough HP to share with the rest of the team. The score is technically 3-4 in their favor, because they do have a tier 1 remaining. And I go all the way around because I knew I would have my reload by the time I come around. I try to hit the 132, but unfortunately I had to rush the shot. My driver got killed. He hit me with a heat round, obviously, rolling premium ammunition during a tournament. And I start rolling backwards because I want to pull them in, and our 1390 goes for their WZ, kills him, and then this guy jumps like a retard. He jumped off to try to get me, okay? And he took like 632 HP off himself. He killed himself because you know he went into gear, and that's one of the best things you could do. I mean, I thought of it, you know, right then on the spot, like quick thinking on my feet, to do that, to back into back into the hill there, the base of the hill, which is a great defensive tactic. Because like, think about it, he has to come down like that to get me, or otherwise carefully come down else how, and that buys me time and that gets me advantage as far as trying to hit him first. So at this point, yeah, we won. I'm gonna discontinue it right here. They have a tier 1, we have 3 tier 8s. GG. Another round against the same team, and this is from this side of the map again. I believe we get a draw from the other side, something like that. Anyway, we know what they're gonna do. They do once again have two 1390s and WZ-132, except this time they brought two T-32s instead of a T-32 and a Persian. So I go around like this, and I'm not afraid to do that because think about it, their 1390s aren't loaded either. You have to watch your own reload to know about their reload, because obviously you start loading at the same time. Now, this is a bit risky, but however, we knew that they would rush the center, so it's not like they're all going to come from this way, and we have confirmed it. As you saw, I slowed down, and on the map you can see that their light tanks already took the top of the hill in the center. Now I'm creeping backwards, I'm lit. Okay, abort, okay? I wanted to sneak some shots into the back of their T-32s, which are right there on the minimap, you can see them right there, but I was lit, and I know that it was a tier 1, okay? One of their tier 1 scouts that lit me. Once again, we are 1 tank short, which is 1 tier 1, making it a bit more difficult for us, and I could have sent our other tier 1, had we had one, to go and take care of that one. And you know, when you're lit, the cat is out of the bag, like I said. You cannot linger any longer, especially when you're isolated. You know, so much of this 742 tournament play style is about ascertaining isolation, okay? When you know a side or a tank is isolated, you want to capitalize on it, and you don't want to let the enemy capitalize on it. So do not overstay your welcome when you are lit and isolated, because they might just kill you. So now that I went dark and haven't been relit, I'm going all the way around with another 1390, this time with company, this time more confident, while our heavies hold down the fort against their team, hunkered down there in the center. And we're coming around, and I know I'm going to get lit again since their T1 is somewhere here, but nevertheless, we're coming in together. We're going to do this fast, and get those shots in. I'm actually getting attacked by the T1 from behind. Their WZ comes to simp the damage. He wanted to protect his T-32s. He threw himself into the gunfire. However, I get the shot. My 1390 partner gets the shot. And now I'm reloading. What to do? Again! The best way out of this hellhole, just close the distance, man. Hug the base. He tries to jump on me. The jump doesn't kill me. But he doesn't do the ramming damage, but he actually shoots into me. He wastes a shot, and now he's stuck. I don't even know if it's the same guy. No, it's a different guy. It's not the one that I made jump in and kill himself from the jump. So he got stuck. Now, problem. Our 5100 is reloading, and he goes away. Bad idea. The better idea would be to close the distance anyway. You can ram the guy. Look, it's a heavy tank nonetheless. I mean, the 5100. That ram damage could have killed him. You see, he escaped with 55 HP. Not only that, but he was able to spin our Pershing and get another shot into him, and you know, like, totally do-si-do around him. Bad. You know, stay together. You got HP. Doesn't matter if you're reloading. Trap the guy. Now he ran away. But we are gonna get him. I can assure you that. Any moment now. Meanwhile, I go post-mortem on Drakova playing our T1 Cunningham here. And there's some blind fire at the rocks from their T1, shooting random locations where Drakova might be. Let's fast forward just a little bit, and their 1390 gets lit. Our 5100 has found him. Let's look at the minimap here. He takes him out, and let's see the exchange of the tier 1s. So what happened there was Drakova got killed by their T1, but he set that guy on fire in response, and that guy died. So 1 for 1, very good. And now all they have is a tier 1 remaining, and I promise you, with to 3 tier 8s with 5 minutes to spare, there goes their T1 dead. We win. Thank you very much. And lastly, on this map, up against a different adversary this time, different clan, and they are much higher stats than the former. They are all solid green, upper green actually, with upper 60s and 70s, and even one slightly blueberry 78W and 7 guy. Great win rates. These guys are strong. They've been doing well in this season, and they are bringing the same thing to the table as the other guys brought: 2 T32s and Wizzy WZ132 and 2 1390s. Once again, we find ourselves T1 short. However, I'm about to take this guy out. And now we have evened the tier 1 count. Each team has a tier 1, and only one tier 1 now. However, I cannot overstay my welcome. I was exposed here, and you never know if they're trying to get me now, so I must get back to the team. Do a run and get back to the team. Unfortunately, their 1390 took out our tier 1 right now, and let's take a look at that. Their 1390 actually escorted two of their tier 1390s escorted their T1 to the island there, or the lighthouse, and our heavies are kind of inching up the hill. We're all here, kind of pubbing it up. It gets really weird. I mean, they made a weird play. Their WZ is isolated. There he is. Let me show you. Look at him. He is isolated, and in his despair, he was probably a one-shot anyway, but he went off the cliff and took falling damage and died. So he was gonna die anyway. We had him 4-on-1 up there on the hill. That isolation of forces. Remember now, isolation of forces. That's what cost them. That's what cost them this time, because they were so spread out and so isolated. They needed to condense. That WZ should have dropped off the hill towards their side of the map to save himself earlier on, instead of linger there and try to have a strong foothold on the center, on top of the hill. I'm just dilly-dallying around here behind this cover. There's some bushes here, and mostly low elevation to keep me protected and to keep me spotting them. And I'm trying to line up some shots. Having gun depression problems. There we go. And they can't see me because they're being proxied, I believe, and there's too many bushes in the way, so I'm not being proxied. And will one more shot? Come on. No good shot. Alright, and so screw it, I start reloading. You see that? Like, that's basically what I do. Like, I take a look, I'm holding that one shot. Can I take it? No, no good opportunity. Fuck it, start reloading. There's a T1. Now, utilization. I am reloading now. Look at my reload. Look at it. It's not even halfway. Okay, now it's halfway. So I go to kill their tier 1, because remember now, if we're brawling and their tier 1 is capping, it's only what, a minute 30 cap, something like that. That could make all the difference and break us apart or cause us to lose by cap out. So I don't even want to shoot at him. I don't even have my shots ready. I just ram him. Yeah, I do take a bit of damage for that, but at least I have a full salvo now and ready to get back into the fight. Was that a poor idea? Perhaps. It was isolation of forces. I could have gone to the center of the map and taken shots. However, we got two guys up top, and we would like different locations anyway, so I wound up as the bottom rather than the heavies on the bottom and me on top. Kind of tomato in this case, but 1390s are charging me right now, and I need the help of my heavies, which they are, booming over and cresting over, and we exchange. One of our heavies tracks himself coming down. Beginner's mistake. So now, here's the thing. They have one T32 left in good health. He's almost full health. He took one shot. Our 5100 announces that he's reloading. Very important to note that. Look at that. Look on the left side of the screen. He says he's reloading. I have 3 shells. I choose not to reload, because if that guy comes at us, then we have 2 autoloaders out of the picture because they are reloading. and we have only one guy, the T-32, who can, you know, defend himself and defend us. Now, why I choose to go with the 5100? Because we don't know where the T-32 is. Okay, well, now he appears, but he could have been anywhere now. Okay, he could have gone anywhere. And I am escorting, keyword, escorting our 5100 while he reloads, because he is absolutely vulnerable while he's reloading, and so am I, but my 3 shells would last long enough to fend off that guy if he did happen to find us. The T-32, however, he can defend himself because he's not an autoloader. If he finds that guy, you know, nice exchange of fire, nice suppression fire against each other. Unfortunately, the last time you saw our T-32, he had quite a bit more health than that. He rushed in a bit prematurely and exposed his lower glacis. Wound up paying a big price for it. Took about 2 or 3 hits from the other T-32 on the way, which was his mistake there. Now I'm shooting from behind the corpse. Let's see, he fires out a 32, and I get in there because I would like to spin his turret, I would like to share HP, I would like to do something. So I go for a ram, not knowing how much damage it's going to do. It does nearly nothing because I went into the side of his track and he's super heavy. So I go behind this rock, and our 5100 was loaded by then. We won the fight. A bit sloppy, but a lot of things to learn from this one. On Ruinberg now, against what seemed to be a formidable team. They are tough players, you know, as their personal stats from the Mexican army they are. As you can see, a lot of blues, even one purple, you know. They're very strong individually, but let's see if they have tactics and synergy to overcome the brothers in arms. I'm gonna fast forward as we get a glimpse of how they cross into the city. They cross into the city there. I'm going on the 0 line, and I'm cutting across the 0 line. I actually go all the way around and change my mind, because you know why? Here, look at this. The engagement is happening. Okay, the engagement is happening. Okay, their medium-ish tanks were isolated, T69 and 5100. And where is the rest of the team? They are triple capping. Okay, triple capping us right now with only 22, 21, 20 seconds to spare on the cap. And I'm like the only thing that is close enough to get to that cap. Look where everybody else is. I'm going in backwards. Do not go forwards. Okay, your turret is rear mounted. Take a hit, but... And, okay, I get 2 resetting shots, and there's pretty much 16 seconds left now. Our T1 is capping. 2 of our tier 1s are capping, actually. So now the cavalry arrives, and there's only 5 seconds left. I take a shot, it doesn't connect, and 2, 1, oh! At the last 2 seconds, I sneak a shot in and get that, you know, very necessary reset that we needed. Now, I have no ammo left, I'm reloading. What should I do? Should I, like, linger around? No, you gotta reset. You can ram the guy for 1 point, but I'm not gonna ram for 1. I'm gonna ram for full damage. Look at that. A light tank just rammed a Chinese heavy, the 110. And that was enough to kill him. Now our IS-3 follows in my lead and rams the other one. Look at that. 2 ram kills. Don't forget about your ramming ability. You know, that's what a lot of people undermine. I'm just getting his turret, and he gets killed. Lower glacis shot wasn't back up the turret shot anyway. Look at that. So learn from these things. Very important things here to pick up on. Go in backwards, you know, to reset with a 1390 around a corner, because, you know, to escape faster and your turret is rear mounted. And the other thing is, be with the team. You got HP? Good. If you're a one-shot, I can understand hiding, alright? Don't forget you have the ability to ram. The guy had 27 HP, I killed him, and the other IS-3 got rammed by our IS-3 for, what was it, like 67 damage. And, you know, save the shot, save time, disabled them from putting any more hurt on us. There you go. Our second fight of that night against a similarly stat team, and they are from the _RCAF clan. RCAF, regular Caffey, I don't know. But anyway, they are fairly good players. They have been doing fairly well this season, and we will not take them for conjurers of cheap tricks. So let me fast forward as I go to the 0 line, and the rest of the team does weird things, like our 5100 is for some reason at K0 right now. Don't know why, but he's not fast enough there. And there's their T1. And I take him out. The enemy does have 4 IS-3s actually, and a 1390. There's their 1390. And I waste a shot trying to hit him because I rushed it. That was my mistake. So with only 4 shots, I will still probe on, because now my 5100 is finally close enough to me. And it's kind of like a reverse side scrape, you know, going around like that. 5100 is hit him. And 92. And I do the finish off. My commander was knocked out, and I heal him. 382 HP left on me. I am lit, and I am relocated. Now, where are their heavies? They have not been spotted yet, have they? Look at this. Look on the map. They haven't been spotted yet. Well, what can I tell you about that? I can tell you that they're probably on their side of the base, obviously, in a defensive position, because what else can they do now? It's IS-3s. You do a defensive play, you know? And there they are, on the corner right there. What they don't know is we're going for a fast scout. Again, our 5100 too isolated, you know, from the rest of the team. I don't like that isolation, you know. Yeah, there's like some nice, you know, angle shots, different variety there to be had, but like, you know, you gotta stay closer to the team, you know. So I will make that harsh constructive criticism. You gotta stay closer to the rest of the team, because watch what's happening now. Although we have the more ready position, our IS-3s are already side scraped, and I would imagine all that good stuff against their 4 IS-3s coming in, okay? But, you know, it's still 4 on 3. If they push them correctly, we have 7 seconds on the cap. Will they get the reset? Of course they will. But anyway, I'm going to chase after this tier 1, because he could cap us out while we're busy dealing with him. I miss a shot like a fool. I rushed him. That's one thing I should learn from my own replays, that I gotta focus those shots even more. And yeah, that T1 was shooting at me. He did a bit of damage, in addition to me ramming him. So now our IS-3s are brawling, and our 5100 has joined that fight. And I have 4 shells, and I am lit. I do not want to get hit by an IS-3. I know he can definitely one-shot me. 366, not a problem for a IS-3, 366 damage. And our IS is in trouble. I take a very dicey shot, sliver of a chance, because I know he might. I tracked that guy. Fantastic tracking. So ideal. So ideal. And I knew, I was counting his reload in my head. I knew that I have just enough time to fire my last shot and get out of there before he has the reload ready. So now, look at this. I know what you're thinking. Look at that. 3 IS-3s they have. I'm on reload. Our 5100 is probably almost fully reloaded. I remember talking on TeamSpeak with him. Okay, our tier 1, our last tier 1 just got killed. It's 3 on 2. Our 5100 took a shot from the window. Now he's fully loaded. He just managed to take out their low health IS-3. And what do? I go through them. Through, okay? Right through. That's the best thing I could have done. Just go right through them. Now I have to go around them. No running. No. Ride that wave of synergy. Ride that wave. And I knew I have time to aim. His reload is not there. There it is. Well fucking played. Well played, man. This replay on Prokhorovka, I just wanted to show you the ending of it, because we literally have 1 minute and counting to seal the deal. Okay, we have confined their tier 8s to the corner of the map, which is right there. They appear, and their tier 1 is somewhere on the other side, not identified right now. But I'm gonna go straight through them. This is not reckless, this is thought out, and I wanted to kill their one shot. There I go. I go right between their two tier 8s. All my tier 8s are closing the distance, and I tee off on the 5100. You usually go for the auto loader first, they're softer, guaranteed to kill. And I don't repair, I sit there. The reason I sit there is because I'm keeping him still for my allies, and I know I could take another hit. So remember, I had enough HP to take another hit, and I was keeping him still for my allies. My track was being repaired, my engine got shot, so track repaired naturally, engine I used the kit on. We did do our homework and we knew this wasn't like a Unicum team, so I skimped out on the premium repair kit. 0 minutes on the clock. The timer went to 0 seconds. At 1 second, our other 1390 beast mode killed their tier 1. Alright, heads up, you're about to see a bunch of shit that goes wrong. The map is cliffed, and the opponent obviously has their shit together. So I'll fast forward just a bit as we 1390s, 3 1390s make their way to their positions. We have 2 T-32s and 2 T-1 Cunninghams. So we were like dicing it up on the fly, who's going where. They're like, okay, yeah, Eli, go, yeah, you're gonna go Lighthouse, them two are gonna go to the Bear's Nose. That would be the Bear's Nose. And they encounter Beast Mode. He goes in really quick. Unfortunately, our other 1390 is not close enough to him. Staying out in the field is a bad idea. You always have to be at arm's length to, you know, the rock, this central huge hill. That was one of the mistakes. The other mistake is don't go around the corner with your front like that. They're gonna get there faster. So our 1390 got killed. I came down to unfuck the situation. I immediately abandoned my post up there and I came to supplement. So 2 mistakes. Our 1390s were separated. One went in too far. He was in forward drive. That's mistake number 2. Mistake number 3 is our other 1390 not being close enough to him and being in the open. I get some good shots into that guy as he goes over. Okay, he's reloading. Now I'm reloading. So what to do? Well, hunker down. Our heavies are over there. One of our heavies is not quick to position. He says he did have shots from there. That's why he stayed there at Delta 5. Okay, but still, he needed to be quick to position. So I almost have my reload. I'm just lighting them right now. He knows he's lit from somewhere. And an IS-3 kills our 1390 that went over there. He was a one-shot, and unfortunately, peeking somehow lost. So that 1390 is coming in, and I have to make these shots count if I'm gonna fight him, because he has enough health to be a 2-shot. But if any one of those shots misses or gets eaten by a track, it's gonna be helpful. There's 1. There's 2. They absolutely had to land. There was no room for failure. I wanna check something in free camera mode. How our 1390 over there died. I wanna see his corpse. He was in forward drive or reverse drive? No, okay, he was in reverse drive. Okay, so that's good. At least he came out in reverse drive. But once again, too far in the open. You have to be touching the wall. You have to be like a blind man, okay? Hand on the wall. Tap, tap, tap. Hand along the wall. That was way too far away from hard cover. Like, you know, when I turn corners, look at this. I am by the wall. You see, I'm driving by the wall. That's one thing I learned from Simp, actually. You know, the good Unicum clan Simp. You see this? Even in a safe situation, I am driving by the wall. Reach out your hand. You are blind. You are Ray Charles at a piñata party. Drive with your hand along the wall. And I knew I would have my reload in time, because I was going to ram kill that T1. Our T1, let me show you, is, where is he over there? He's at 8%. He's at 9 HP. He wasn't going to win that fight, so I wanted to help him win that fight. Our heavies, all they had to do was survive and keep pulling them back, but they didn't. And I'm angled and I reverse drive here, but watch this. I get hit. I kind of call bullshit on that, okay? because that wasn't even a aimed shot, that was more like a snapshot. And as you can tell by the angle of the mountain, okay, I'm gonna show you like this, by the angle of this mountain, that was a sliver of a chance. It should have tracked me at most. I kind of do call bullshit on that, and yeah, we freaking lose because they have 2 tier 8s, we have 2 tier 1s, and I promise you we lost this one because people were not playing their tanks correctly, people were not taking position correctly, and a bunch of other things went wrong. This was very poorly executed against a team who had their shit together, who had the strategies down packed. I'm just gonna show you the ending of one battle against an inferior team. Okay, so right now I have 0 shots left in my 1390. We have a tier 1 capping them. Yeah, defending like that, hunkering in the corner, and yeah, that just doesn't work. You know, all these scrub teams, you know, who try defense isn't what's that gonna give you, a draw? Like, do you think you're gonna like make us foolishly, you know, come to you one by one or something? No, we're gonna pincer you, okay? We're gonna envelop you, and you're gonna lose. And what's this? To secure the win, I park myself like so in front of our tier 1, and I even adjust, okay? Because even if I get killed or hit, he still has all the cap points, most of them, and the guy will not make it all the way around to kill our T1. He could ring around the rosy around my corpse, if anything. There you go. GG. And now, an exciting excerpt from one of Serenity's battles on this very same map, our very own Serenity 17, showing his skill and prowess in his 1390. And right now what's happening is he's bluffing his shots, okay? That enemy thinks that Serenity has 1 or 2 shells left. They didn't count, you know, his shots. He really thinks that he does have shells left. And it's funny how the T1s on this team joined in to the fight, you know. So that guy actually was out of ammo. And now Serenity is gonna finish him. He tried to go for a ram. That back there was a ram attempt. Phenomenal play. Absolutely astounding. Well done, Serenity. And finally, one last replay showing 742 battle in Abbey, okay, against a very formidable adversary, the LL clan, as far as I recall, stands for the Legion Xenos. And despite their yellow-green stats, these guys definitely did their homework on the strategies for this map and definitely had their synergy together. This is one of our better fights against them. I will inform you that we did beat them in the end. 3 draws and 2 wins in our favor. But right now, see, they have a very similar composition to us. Their 1390 will also, in his best interest, find himself in the middle of the map here, probing around as I do. Might not be right away, but he will make his grand debut. And there he is. He gets lit, I get lit, and I back down because I have learned my lesson. You can get shot by his buddies if you stick around the crest of the hill too long. I'll go dark, come back later. Driving a 1390 and almost any scout really in reverse is a very important skill. And he gets hit, And another hit, and ammo racked. Drakova in his 5100 has ammo racked their 1390. Nobody on our side took damage. We are up a tier 8, they are down a tier 8, and now things are in our favor. A very good player has told me that it's the most crucial thing not to lose your 1390 when it comes to this map, to this setup. And right now we get the call to shift our IS-3 that was right over there, the rest of the team, and also reform with our 1390. Note the positions of our tier 1s. They aren't always these positions, but in this case they are. So we regroup, reform. I'm guessing that our autoloaders have already or are loading at this point. We're waiting for the next step, which would be to push the enemy now that we outnumber them. So that's so far, the good things that happened, the sugar criticism. There will be some salt. There will be. And we're forming up for the push. And here we go. Now, noticing that we're still a little bit spread apart, you see, like, I didn't like that our T-32 is back there. Okay, well, the IS-3 and the 5100 pushed. I really didn't like how our T-32 is a little bit isolated, so I wanted to actually give him a boost. I don't know, but it dealt 3 damage to me. I guess our weight difference is ginormous. So I actually asked at that point, should I go by the 1 line? Should I just go with everyone else? And I forgot what I was told, but I went with everyone else. We're all going to push in from one side together. So they waited up for him, so I guess in the end it didn't really matter. Like, it could have mattered if we encountered him. I was considering peeking over there, but in TeamSpeak the calls were being made, do not, stop to smell any roses, just keep going. And we had our T1 pave the way on the 1 line, okay, the 1 line, and I was ordered to also go by the 1 line to supplement our tier 1. I actually did something bold, which is scout even further than the T1. Not in reverse drive. I didn't have the gun elevation to hit that tier 1, and now that I have been lit, okay, exposed, I can't really get out there because their guns might be zeroing in on me. So I have to just sit tight. Drakova kills the tier 1. Drakova loves killing the T1s. It's almost as delectable as, eating M3 Lees with a Matilda. More on that later. Anyway, we are now up a tier 8 and a tier 1. We still have our other tier 1 at Alpha 7 in the corner there for security measures against a cap. It could be anything really. You never know what they're sending down that line to try to fast cap us now that they know we're here. And we're ordered to push. Here comes one of our 5100s. I get in there. Okay. I get set on fire. Auto extinguisher goes on. And I die from fire again. Well, and a shot. So what happened there was I got set on fire. Automatic fire extinguisher kicked in. Then I got set on fire again from a second shot that I took, which is really bogus. I don't know. Really bogus. I don't know if I should get preventive maintenance eventually on this thing or something. It was an engine shot that set me on fire. And one of our 5100s is heavily crippled now while the other one is at full health. I should add that our other 5100 should have probably made even more efforts to get there quicker and supplement us. I do understand the position he was in. It wasn't the closest and most convenient to close the distance from that side, but I still feel that even 5 seconds could have been shaved off that delayed arrival if it was more thought out. Nonetheless, he managed to kill a 110 from there, and I'm not sure how many shots he has left. Oh, he just announced that he's reloading. Okay, well, that makes sense. Now I bounce around post-mortem on other tanks to see what's cooking. I'm on our T-32 now, very good health. IS-3 hit our IS-3. Our IS-3 is flanking their 5100. He does connect. And thank God that shot missed because I was gonna get to shoot him. The 80 points cracked. 19 HP left on that guy. These guys are both one shots. One of our 5100s finished him, and the other one finished by our other 5100. And there it is. Now all they have is IS-3 in good health. And I said to Drakova in our 100% HP 5100, you make sure that you keep in his face and stop him from killing our other 5100. So, and he did, you know, he lured, he baited one shot out of him onto himself, which is the right thing to do. Well played. Thanks for watching.